Our heroes are back.
Yeah, no, we are back. We are back.
Yeah. So you guys walked. You didn't take a bus, isn't it?
No, we walked literally like for
7
days.
days, man. We were watching, so there is an evidence that you guys.
Yeah, hence
really walked.
We took pictures.
Yeah.
When we approach Shoplands, we take a picture. When we get to Gauteng, we take a picture.
Yeah.
To serve as evidence.
But how was it, like walking from... I mean, you've never walked that long distance before.
Yes, I have never walked that distance, but what I know that walking requires stamina. You understand?
That's what you learned.
Yeah, but besides that, this walking for me, it brought personal growth. It brought tolerance, patience, I understand.
Yeah.
You learn many things. You learn how to survive. You never knew that you can use a condom to stop the friction. A condom to stop the friction.
Excuse me, did I hear you clearly? Did you say condom?
Yes. To stop from like the blister. You see, I have a blister.
Yeah. Wow. Shit. Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
So for you to prevent this thing, you must take a condom and a pad. Understand?
A pad, yeah.
Yeah. We used pads so that there's no friction. Yeah. So
you wear a condom?
Yes.
On your feet?
Yes.
You missed the point.
Yeah.
Because condom is used on the, cool, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. You learn how to survive. You learn many things.
Yeah.
I understand.
So, tell me you faced, a few kilometers experience, from here to Lichtenberg. Did you feel giving up?
There's this Viva garage nearby Slide.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 20 Ks. Hey, I wanted to decide otherwise. But because, when you have taken a decision, the power of a positive mind.
Yeah.
That was our slogan to say that we're going to arrive at the point of destination. Yeah. Even when I approach Grot Mariko, because it is mountainous.
Yeah.
Hey, you will think of quitting.
So you mean Lichtenberg, you didn't feel that much, of quitting?
No, we did not use the Lichtenberg route.
Okay. Oh, Zeros. Oh, yeah, of course, Zeros. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, because I saw 60 kilometers.
It's 74. We walked 74.
74 kilometers to Zeros, stuff like that. So it wasn't, but before you got to Zeros, there was some where you guys felt like, okay, this is not realistic at all.
It started being realistic on day 2. Maybe we'll say that day 1 it was a high level of excitement. Now we are going there. We were very energetic. Understand? But day 2, we had muscle pulls. Understand?
So there was no ambulance following you guys?
No, there was no ambulance.
Yeah.
There was no ambulance. And we did not sustain many injuries.
Yeah. And I noticed that you guys were carrying a school bags. Instead of traveling, those traveling bags, the bags that tourists would carry.
Yeah.
And no ambulance. I was asking those guys that I did interview with, that did you guys have a dietitian to check what food you should be eating, because you guys were drinking diabetic products or products that causes diabetes? Yeah.
No, we just said that because this is the revolution.
Yeah.
Revolution is not romantic.
So revolution is
it's not romantic in approach.
It's not romantic, yeah.
Even in the issue of material, you just mentioned that we were using this bag. We are not tourists, we are walkers.
Yeah.
Even this bag of yours.
Yeah.
we can take it just to put our clothes in toiletry.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because what I realized that we ended up suspending bathing for days.
You can keep talking. Don't. I'll just be on the phone. Yeah.
So that was the case.
Hello?
That was the case.
Right. Okay.
So in revolution, we don't need all these nice things.
Yeah.
There are casualties, because you will even spend a day without eating. Well, you will walk 15 k's and you are hungry, and there is only more fight.
Did it feel at some point like people not getting much support? Because I think initially there were critics that, I don't know, what were those critics that you guys made you guys feel discouraging, but still you said we're gonna push, we're gonna prove them wrong?
Critics are always there, but those critics, because we are soldiers, they did not even have impact on us.
Yeah.
Because we did set our mind to say that we are going to Pretoria, and that was a decision, that was the resolution taken. You understand? And this thing that we are trying God, we are testing God, we did not take it into our heads, because we know that Nelson Mandela once said that it seems impossible until it is done.
Yeah.
Understand? So we were guided by the wisdom of revolutionaries also.
Yeah, and I see you guys. It was like I wrote on the clip that I have done. I said you guys were united, right? There were people that had crossed the floors, from different parties to another party, to EFF, or coming from EFF called DASO, However, you guys united towards one goal to achieve, whatever you guys were, revolutionary about.
Yeah. The Kahopule, when we departed, one thing that he made it clear is that this initiative or this program was for students. You understand?
Yeah.
And we don't have to allow any political lines to be drawn by political affiliation.
Yeah.
Because first thing, even in Fees Must Fall, we all participated in Fees Must Fall. And secondly, when Fees Must Fall activists are suffering, it must be the students at the forefront, you understand, the activists, you understand. So the issue of political affiliation, we have tolerance. We must have what we call political tolerance.
Yeah.
You understand? That I was taught about from my organization. That at some point, Bonnie, I cannot, because of political affiliation, I cannot let you suffer.
Yeah.
When I'm here, let's say you don't have food. Then are you saying that I should say, no, man, suffer because you belong to
EFF, you belong to opposition.
Understand?
Yeah.
First thing, before we are students activists, we should know that we are brothers, we are Africans.
Yeah.
Understand? We are human beings. That is the most important thing that Dikahopule emphasized, and I think that is what brought the unity from the point of departure to the point of arrival.
Yeah, really, that was really remarkable to sort of say. And now that you guys arrived in Rustenburg and you accomplished that up until Pretoria, and we understand that the gate at the Union Building where you guys were supposed to meet the president was in China apparently. Was the gate closed, really closed? And who did you guys handed the memorandum or whatever you guys carried and the voices that you had?
Whereas we have the office of the president, means that it is not only him.
Because everybody here was like, okay, we're gonna see the president, and people started talking about president being in China. For those ones who are reading and watching news and current affairs, so some people could have felt like you guys were not current. in terms of, because you said President pardon us, so they have no views, they have no faintest idea what happens at Union Building. They think the President just comes out from the building or from the office.
We did not wake up and decide to go to Union Building in the morning. There is a set of communication that even the office of the President was expecting us. Even when we arrived in Gauteng, we were escorted by the police to Union Building because of the issue of traffic. Understand? It means that the office of the President, and in the office of the President, you have the Minister of Monitoring and Evaluation Department, we have Deputy President D.D. Mapusa, Mr. D.D. Mapusa, and we have the President himself, you understand? Which means that we should going to submit a memorandum should not only on the basis that we should meet the President himself. We respected the delegation by the President. Because what we know is that we are confident that those who are serving us in the office of the President, they are capable and they will deliver the memorandum. You understand? Because they are the people who have been receiving memorandum. It was Mr. Modao in the office of the President. Understand? So
what does Modao do in the office of Cyril Ramaphosa?
Mr. Modao is the chief head of security in the office of the President. You understand? So he is the one who has been receiving memorandums.
And the sun memorandums comes every day.
So he's the one who is delegated to take care of that. You understand? Because let's say now President is eating breakfast and at maybe 10:30 he must catch a flight. And I arrive now and I want him to come and take my memorandum. I want to submit to him. At some point we must understand that the President or the office of the President have what we call operational schedule. Understand? So that we cannot come at whatever time, understand, to disturb the schedule. But we should appreciate the delegation that they have, to say that at least they are aware that this is what people of South Africa are doing, you understand? To say maybe they are submitting memorandum. Let's put someone on standby who will receive this memorandum, who will give this memorandum to the President.
Was it really worth it? Do you think something will come out of it? When can we expect the results? Did you guys give them, the time frame, perhaps, 7 days, to respond, so that, because I understand you guys inspired many other people from other universities besides the ones that have already handed their memorandum to the office of the President, and the other universities that are going to do the same and follow you guys your footsteps. Your memorandums, to be specific, is anything, and when can we expect that there's going to be action or an action?
We cannot give the President of the state time frame in terms of forgiving or pardoning fees must fall activists. Because although we understand that it is within his on his prerogative or discretion to forgive or to pardon, rather, to say. So it means that,
and mostly I think it pardons people towards the December or something like that. So we've still got a couple of months, towards that.
Hence we are saying that we are pleading with the President here. You understand? To say that President, just be aware.
I think it's going to be his first time to pardon.
We will also, but we will communicate with him to check how far is the progress. You understand? But to say that we're giving you 7 days, at some point, even if you can say
it's not realistic.
It would be also unfair. Understand? To say, maybe for example, we will find out that the process of pardoning, you understand?
We didn't take that into consideration.
You understand? Maybe you should consult with who, because now the issue, he cannot just wake up tomorrow and pardon. Remember that now he previously he delegated the matter Thomas Suter, the minister.
Yeah.
You understand? So there are going to be technical casualties moving forward. But what we can...
So you guys, what you have thus far is a hope that something positive would come out of this.
We are very confident and we have hope that President will pardon.
So what happens if he decides this is not the right time to pardon, these people? In terms of what you said, that there's a process of pardoning people. It's not a matter of group of people going towards the union building. What if it happens that he doesn't understand you guys, your cause of being pardoned?
I think that when he responds to that, ours will be guided by the response.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Our pleading to the president for pardoning was guided by the Constitution of South Africa. You understand?
Yeah.
We did not wake up and say. So one other thing is that this, the result, the outcomes, he will give reasons why he cannot pardon them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But then I think that.
But he should also give reasons why he has to go ahead to pardon you guys.
We said
the way forward. Yeah.
It's just that maybe it was unfortunate of some of these leaders to be casualties of this revolution that we are waging as students. But one other thing that I took into consideration, that we should take into consideration, is that the question is, on whose class interest are we waging this struggle for him to pardon? If you check, the majority of these students who have been convicted, they are black and we are from poor background. And if ever you can check, you'll find out that we are not only the hope, the beacon of hope in our families, also in our communities. You understand?
Yeah.
You will be born coming here to do your degree, but the entire family, the entire community is looking up to you for inspiration and for everything, even for development.
Yeah.
Hence we are saying that the president must pardon the Feast Must Fall activists so that they can continue. Because if you check, is it not easy for them to pardon you guys? Because these are the youths, as you have explained, you guys are needed, to continue developing this country in your own ways. Another question that I wanted to ask you before I forget was it not possible, to just submit memorandum through a fax, email, instead of, taking a very painful trip that you guys have done, and using condoms along the way, using pads, and instead of just emailing, the memorandum to the office of the president? It is very simple. I can log in here and just send the memorandum.
Yeah.
But what we were doing is to send awareness to the society.
Cognizance, yeah.
You understand? To say that the call that we are waging, the clarion call of pardoning, is very much important. We are saying that, secondly, whether we as students, beside being trying to be apolitical towards this program, we should understand that this also should send a political statement. You understand?
Yeah.
We should send a political statement. It's not only the executive. We are saying that even the ANC government, as the advisor to the president Cyril Ramaphosa, they should feel the heat that the youth of this country are waging a serious call here.
Yeah.
So it's not only about sending or fixing. It is about creating awareness. It's creating awareness to extent that even in social media, this issue should continue.
Yeah, it was gaining momentum, and people were expecting, oh, somebody's going to go live. Immediately, you guys, were on the Facebook Live. People were busy watching. I think I was one of them. You saw all the stuff you guys were saying that I'm owing you guys airtime. I don't recall promising anybody airtime of $200.
No.
But anyway, the point I'm trying to drive at is it was gaining momentum. And I think it was really a good strategy, and it should remain so.
Yeah.
So have you guys gotten tired? Are you gonna work again? Is it true that some of the comrades are planning to embark on another language walk? I don't know. They don't want Afrikaans, and as far as I know, Afrikaans is one of the official language or languages in South Africa, just like English is. Why aren't you guys sitting down and think that Afrikaans, you guys should be proud that it's a language that was created, and I guess maybe it's the only language in the world that was created in the world, and Afrikaans is one of them. Wouldn't you want you guys to leave it as one of the heritage and be proud of?
About another walk, I have never been briefed about that walk.
They're planning to walk to Potchefstroom.
They are planning to walk to
so another simultaneously, we are expecting the President Cyril Ramaphosa to pardon students, and we're embarking on another.
That one of Potchefstroom,
Exodus.
I'm not aware of, to say that I can give a clear and sober comments on that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But if that is how they feel about, if they feel so strong about
but what are your views or opinion on saying that Potchefstroom campus should not make use of Afrikaans as medium of instructions? I mean, is that the realistic, or is that not being proud? Because many other countries like China uses the languages there, and I think Afrikaans is one of the official languages, just like English. Shouldn't we go to court and say South Africa should be using Afrikaans, Tswana, Zulu, and we should not be using English at all? We're doing the opposite, just because we hate, and we don't hate this race. But do you think it's necessary?
I think it's necessary because I think that the point that is being missed here is the issue of rejection of Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Many people are not rejecting Afrikaans as a language, but as a medium language, as a language of instruction. Then we are saying that we should take the monolingual approach, whereby we will be using.
Do you support that statement, though?
The monolingual approach,
you don't, huh?
whereby we will be using English as a language of instruction.
Yeah,
you understand. So this one of Afrikaans, we appreciate
but
that.
English is medium of instruction, and it's not really what can we use? Tswana, Zulu in schools,
the status of
as well as Afrikaans, because they're using Afrikaans as one of African language, because Afrikaans is not from Europe, it's from here.
On the issue of the language policy, I think that firstly, before anyone can make any assertion on the issue of language policy, we should have a clear understanding of the statute of the Northwest University. You understand? And we should also check, where do these people draw their point?
Yeah.
You understand? Because you don't wake up and say, no, we don't want this. You understand?
Do you have a majority of black students at Potchefstroom campus thus far?
No, our brothers and sisters, they are still experiencing many hardships
Yeah.
Especially with this issue of translation equipment and stuff. You understand? That on itself is a form of injustice.
Yeah.
It's a form of injustice. Hence, we should now have forces that will look into the issue of language policy. You understand? Because the language policy is going to last for the next 5 years. So we need not only to give comment, but rather to have understanding. If a person is updated one in terms of current issues, you will check the developed language policy of UKZN, of UFS, University of Free State, and of University of Pretoria. You understand? I think that we should do comparative analysis of language policies of other institutions. You understand? Other institutions, so that as long as we draw our views, we know that we draw our views from which angle. You understand?
Yeah. But how much does it affect the students from Mafikeng campus to be, extremely or immensely concerned with whatever medium of instruction or languages Afrikaans at Potchefstroom? Why are we so concerned instead of concentrating on our academic performances?
I think that the issue of language...
So it's a political issue, isn't it?
It's not a political issue.
Yeah.
Even if I was to say that I will even not dress in my ANC regalia, as a student leader and as a student activist, I would still fight for the issue of language policy.
Yeah.
You understand? The reason why is that language is everything. Language is everything.
Yeah.
You are taught in English, but you write with English and Afrikaans. You understand?
Yeah.
That one is doing injustice to you.
Do you regard Afrikaans personally? Do you regard Afrikaans as one of our African languages or South African languages?
Because
Mafikeng campus, what Mafikeng campus should do, from our own opinion, is to have the same thing, English this side and Tswana this side, because the place here is dominated by Tswana, not even dominated. The Tswana people are here.
As I'm saying, we are guided by the statute.
Yeah.
The vision and the mission is to create one university, 3 campuses. Whatever is done on the other delivery side should also be reflected on the other side. You understand? So we cannot have here to develop Tswana. Now we are having a segregation, and we are trying to eliminate all forms of segregation. Understand? Now we will have in Val they reside Kobosiboke.
Yeah.
There are so to speak people that side.
True.
Understand? Then are we saying that we should have development of Sotho that side and development of Setswana,
Afrikaans and
Afrikaans? Now we will be allowing what is happening to what is perpetually happening to continue. Because when we check, we will find out that a majority of white students, they are in Potchefstroom because of the issue of language. Majority, they are this side because of this language. Understand? But if you can have English, we can have the same curriculum, can have same everything. Then you won't even mind to go to Val. You will not even mind to go to Potchefstroom. So the vision here is one institution and one curriculum, one everything, one dean, one faculty, one everything.
Oh, so we should make use of English, per se.
Yeah, so English.
Some of the Afrikaner students actually have done Afrikaans from primary school and high school, so they could be finding it difficult, I think, to express themselves in English.
That one is similar to me. I did English and I did Setswana. When I arrived here in Potchefstroom campus, I must be subjected to translation. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's much better if it is delivered in English for conceptualization and contextualization of everything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so can I be released?
You'll be released just now. So you got back. Comrade, you're out of order. I'm joking. That's how they speak. So you got back last night?
Yeah, I arrived at 1 o'clock this morning. Actually, today, this morning.
All right. You will never walk again?
No. Based on experience, I'm going to walk.
Okay.
I'm going to walk.
You're going to use the condoms and pads again?
Yes, I'm going to use the experience.
Okay, of using condoms.
Yes.
So you just need to carry more condoms and more pads this time around.
Now, this time around, I will know that for me to embark on the working hours.